the African who taught the Greeks. Imhotep, father of medicine, they call Hippocrates the father of medicine. But long before his name was ever written on parchment, there was another man, an African genius, whose wisdom shaped empires and echoed through millennia. His name was Imhotep, architect, priest, scientist, healer, the man the Greeks would later worship as a god. Before we dive deeper into his story, subscribe and join The Hidden Voice, where Africa's lost knowledge rises from the sands of time. Over 4,000 years ago, in the ancient land of Kemet, what we now call Egypt, a child was born with eyes that never looked away from the stars. He was not born royal. He had no army, no crown, only a mind that saw patterns where others saw chaos. By the time he reached manhood, Imhotep could read, write, calculate, and heal. Skills so rare that even pharaohs took notice. Pharaoh Djoser made him his chief advisor, placing in his hands the fate of an entire kingdom. And Imhotep would do something no one had ever done before, something that would defy time itself. While others built tombs of mud and sand, Imhotep imagined a monument that touched the sky. He studied stone, how it breathed, how it bore weight, how it could last forever. And then he designed the Step Pyramid of Saqqara, the world's first pyramid, the birth of monumental architecture. Every stone a calculation, every chamber a secret. It wasn't just a tomb, it was a declaration that knowledge is divine. To the people of Kemet, Imhotep was not just a builder, he was a magician of logic. A man who spoke the language of both gods and geometry. But Imhotep's genius went beyond stone. He wrote medical texts centuries before the Greeks would dream of them, describing diseases, fractures, and even brain injuries. He knew the power of herbs, the rhythm of the pulse, and the delicate balance between body and spirit. He taught that illness was not a curse, but a question to be answered with knowledge. In time, his writings became the foundation for the very art of medicine itself. And when Greece later studied Egypt's wisdom, they found Imhotep's name written in their oldest scrolls. They called him Asclepius, the god of healing. But they never said where that god came from. They never said he was African. After his death, Imhotep's legend grew. Temples were built in his honor. Sick people came from across the world to sleep in his sanctuaries, believing his spirit would visit them in dreams and heal them. His name was carved in stone, sung by priests, and whispered by those who studied the stars. Thousands of years later, when the Greeks began to study philosophy and science, they looked to Egypt for wisdom and found Imhotep waiting for them across time. They took his principles, his symbols, his methods, and renamed them. But truth, no matter how it's rewritten, always remembers its origin. Imhotep, the African who taught the Greeks, the father of medicine, the first architect, the eternal proof that the roots of knowledge run deep in African soil. You've been listening to The Hidden Voice, where Africa's forgotten geniuses rise again. If his story moved you, subscribe, share, and let the world remember, where knowledge truly began.